Okay, so if you've been laid off, listen up because this might be the most important career advice you hear all year. See, here's the thing. Most people don't lose job offers because they were laid off. They lose them because of how they explain it. So today, we're going to break down the exact scripts to turn that moment of vulnerability into a powerful display of professional confidence.
This is the question, right? The one that keeps you up at night. You know it's coming in the interview, and that anxiety can be just overwhelming. But what if you could walk into that room with an answer that's not just clear, but powerful? Ready to go? I'm talking about an answer that doesn't just get you through the question. It actually makes you look stronger for it.
You know, when it comes to explaining a layoff, there are really only two ways to go. On one side, you've got the victim approach. This is where you get defensive, maybe a little emotional, you start over-explaining every little detail. And on the other side, the pro approach. Confident, crystal clear, and totally focused on what's next. Look, hiring managers are looking for clarity, not drama. The path you choose here, it makes all the difference.
All right, so let's really dig into this choice, because it's a mindset thing. Are you going to be the victim, defined by something that happened to you? Or are you going to be the pro, defined by how you're moving forward and navigating this transition? This simple shift is the foundation for everything we're about to cover.
This is absolutely crucial. Here's your goal. Your explanation has to be 4 things: short, confident, performance-safe, and future-focused. Short, so you're not rambling on and on. Confident, to project strength. Performance-safe, to completely remove any doubt about your skills. And future-focused, to show you're already looking ahead.
Okay, so how in the world do you hit all 4 of those marks every single time? Well, you don't wing it, you use a formula. And we're going to call it the Golden Rule. It's a simple 3-part framework that builds the perfect answer.
The golden rule is actually super simple. It's just a structured answer that does 3 things perfectly. First, it frames the layoff for what it is, a business event, not some personal failure. Second, it lets you highlight your value. And third, it immediately pivots the conversation to the future and to this new opportunity.
So here they are, the 3 steps. Step 1, state the business reason. This makes it super clear it wasn't about your performance. Step 2, offer proof of performance. You got to give them a quick, powerful win. And step 3, state your clear target role. Show them you know exactly where you're headed. Business reason, proof of performance, future focus. That's it. That's the whole formula.
All right, now for the moment you've been waiting for. Let's take that formula and turn it into an actual script, something you can basically copy, paste, and adapt for any interview starting today.
Okay, here it is. Notice how every single word here has a job. It kicks off with a factual, totally drama-free business reason. Then, it immediately backs up your value with a solid accomplishment. And finally, it pivots forward, showing exactly what you're looking for next. It's clean, it's professional, and it's incredibly effective.
See? This is the golden rule in action. That company-wide restructuring line, that's your business reason. The part where you talk about your wins, that's your proof of performance. And that, now I'm focused on roles bit, that's your pivot to the future. Every single piece does a crucial job.
So what does this actually sound like in the real world? Let's take a tech example. The person saying this isn't just saying they did a good job, they're proving it with cold, hard numbers. Improved reliability by 25%, reduced latency by 40%. These are the kinds of quantifiable wins that make you memorable and signal loud and clear that you are a top performer.
Okay, but what if they push back? What if they ask that question, the one everyone's terrified of? Let's talk about how to navigate the performance trap, because staying cool under pressure here is everything.
And there it is, the follow-up question that can make your stomach drop. But listen, here's the secret. When they ask this, they're not just asking about your past. They are testing you, right now, in this moment. They want to see if you get defensive, if you get flustered. Your answer has to be calm, direct, and final.
This right here, this is the perfect response. You start with no, simple, direct. You repeat the business reason, you confidently say your results were strong, and then you even offer to share examples. This just shuts the whole thing down without you sounding defensive at all. You're not hiding anything, you're just stating the facts and staying in control.
Now, if you really want to land the plane with some serious confidence, you can use what I call the upgrade line. Just say, my work was stable, the org changed. I mean, how brilliant is that? It reframes the entire situation with complete confidence. It communicates that you weren't the variable, the company's strategy was.
And by the way, this framework, it's not just for the formal interview.
You can adapt these principles for all kinds of professional conversations while you're job searching. Let's run through a few really common ones.
You know those quick 15-second screening calls with recruiters? You need a super short version for that. This script is perfect. It's direct, it gets ahead of that "was it performance" question, and it clearly states you're an active candidate. It's all business, zero filler. It lets the recruiter check the box and move on to what actually matters, your skills.
So what if you're actually using this layoff as a launchpad to switch careers? This is how you frame it as a positive strategic move. The layoff wasn't some tragic setback. It was a catalyst. It confirmed your direction. This transforms a negative event into a deliberate choice, and that shows incredible foresight and initiative.
All right, let's be real. What if things were messy? Maybe you were on a performance plan, or the fit just wasn't right. You never, ever air that dirty laundry. This script is like your professional shield. It's neutral, it's polite, and it completely closes the door on any more questions.
And what about when you're doing cold outreach on LinkedIn? This template is a game changer. You state the situation factually, you immediately hit them with proof of your performance, and then you make a very clear ask. The key here is you're leading with value, not with a sense of desperation.
Okay, we've talked a lot about what to say, but it's just as important, maybe even more important, to know what you should never, ever say. There are a few phrases that can just instantly sink your chances.
Whatever you do, do not say these lines. "They didn't need me anymore" just screams low self-worth. "I'm struggling badly" makes them nervous. Complaining that it was unfair or blaming your manager just makes you sound like you're going to be a headache to work with. To a hiring manager, these are all giant red flags. Avoid them at all costs.
So, look, if you take one thing away from all this, it's this. You have to control the narrative. Do not let the layoff define you. Use the professional scripts we've gone over. Anchor every conversation in your proven results and relentlessly focus their attention on the incredible value you're going to bring them in the future.
You know, you can't control that the layoff happened. That was a business decision, way outside of your control. But what you have absolute 100% control over the story you tell about it. So the only question left is, how are you going to tell your story?